Well, I woke up to licking on my head, and now I can't escape it. 101 days in, and you're still doing this. You think they want to see you licking my face constantly?
All right, day one, new green sunglasses. I decided today to bring you guys up to one of James Dean's houses. Pretty famous photo shoot of him up here, and I honestly don't know what to expect, but I know the address is up here, so we're gonna go find it together. I think it's up here. He didn't live here very long, less than a year. Well, speaking of motorcycles, we actually just had two pass right by and couldn't be more appropriate because another famous man used to zip and zap up and down through these hills on a motorcycle. A Triumph, in fact. But wait for this car to go. It's been pretty busy on this street. We're at the major stomping ground home of James Dean. Jimmy actually rented out that apartment above the garage up there for most of 1955. This is the apartment Shelley told me about. She told me he lived up Sunset Plaza. She was really good friends with him from New York, so she helped him out a lot while he was here. And basically what happened was he was back and forth from New York so much, from New York and Hollywood, that he just never wanted to get an apartment. And they found out he was living on the lot, the Warner Brothers lot, and kicked him out, so he got this place. He had originally at one point lived down at the foot of Sunset Plaza, an apartment with somebody for a short time. So he kind of knew this neighborhood and he liked it. And like Shelley said, he liked to live up where there were like lots of twists and turns. And I'll show you on the way down how those are. But there's a pretty famous like kind of photo session of Jimmy Dean here with Frank Worth, where he's in his Porsche and he's backing out, and right behind him you can actually see those three windows up there. So I'll see if I can't find those pictures online. But I remember I'd read his book a while ago, and I know he was dating Dana Winter up here from Invasion of the Body Snatchers when he was living here. And he basically he was living here while he was waiting for East of Eden to come out, and he lived here while they filmed Rebel Without a Cause, I believe. And I think then when they started doing Giant is about when he moved out of here. But yeah, right here, 1541. And some of the stories Shelley used to tell me is she said he would just be riding all over town, up and down Sunset on his motorcycle like he was on a death wish. And she said her and Marilyn shared a car, and they would be driving, going somewhere, going to the Trocadero or whatever was like a popular place at the time. And she said next thing you know, out of nowhere, he'd come zipping out and play chicken with you. He would cut your car off, and then he would take off up the street, and you wouldn't see him. You'd think he was gone. He would be hiding behind another car parked, and then he would zip out and just try and scare you. She said he was basically like a little brother. But one of the first stories that she told me when she told me that she met him, she said, I knew he was a brilliant actor when I saw him at the actor's studio, and I'd never seen him act before. And she said he was doing a scene where it was a single object scene where you had to pick one object and you did a scene with that, and you improvised it. Basically, you made a scene out of it. She said he had a little pocket knife, and he's like messing with this pocket knife in his hand. And she said, and he was telling a story. He wasn't speaking, but she said he was telling a story with his face, where she said you could see him like working up this emotion. He must have been thinking about his family or his childhood or something. And she said he starts opening the blade and touching the blade, and like I truly believed he was going to cut himself. She said he starts like moving the blade around, squeezing it like he was going to kill himself. And she said next thing I screamed out, James, don't, Jimmy. And she said that's when I knew he was going to be brilliant, because he pulled me in that quickly, where I interrupted a scene, and I never interrupted scenes. I saw those pictures in his book of this house. I remember it saying this was the house on Sunset Plaza, so I'll go home and look through the book, see if I can't find those pictures from Frank Worth sessions there, and at least show you Jimmy in the car, and you can see the windows that I showed you from across the street. Pretty cool place. I'm gonna show you guys the path down. As long as we're not jammed behind. On my way up, there was about 1 billion construction bulldozers and stuff working their way down here, and it had about a line of cars 300 deep. So when I was on my way up, I'm like, thank goodness I'm pulling off to vlog something, and that'll take up some time because no fun. Tell by all the bumps, and now we're getting ready to come across some more turns and construction. Okay, after that 3-minute delay for that one truck to make its way around, we're working our way back down, trying to give you as accurate as a ride as I can. And I'm apologizing because we got a few sprinkles last night, and so my windshield's dirtier than usual. But there's that house again. And then James Dean would have went down. I'm not driving recklessly. There's construction vehicles taking up that side of the street, so. But yeah, here we go. Another twist and turn down here. And to my knowledge, when Shelley was alive, what she pointed out to me as the first place that he lived with his buddy, I forget his last name, but his name was Roger, I believe. She said that he lived down here where there's this massive place right on the corner. And I don't think that it's the same building. I don't recall what she said, but she said he lived right as soon as you made the turn on Sunset Plaza. So he would have lived right here in this big yellow building. Or whatever was here before it, because it's 1211 Sunset Plaza is what she told me. Now check out this yellow building coming up here. Do you recognize it? Tony Montana? Huh? Does it look familiar? Well, I went ahead and changed shirts because it was just too dang hot to wear black. And put the old Jeff Lynne shirt on. And went and hit our location early because I didn't want to be on Sunset later. I mean, I have to be on Sunset later because I'm working tonight. But I just figured I'd knock it out and get out of the way. And who I was talking about was Rogers Brackett. He was like he was a CBS, well, he was a radio guy who James Dean kind of befriended to try and help his career real early on. And Rogers Brackett was homosexual, and there were a lot of rumors that that James Dean and Rogers used to basically, like, I don't know, Jimmy would give his body to kind of help get further his career. And that was actually confirmed by Liz Sheridan, who was an actress who was James Dean's girlfriend in New York real early on. And you might know her from, she played Mrs. Achmonic on Alf, and she was Jerry Seinfeld's mom on Seinfeld. But yeah, Shelley knew him in like 52. She met him in 52 when he joined the Actors Studio, and that's basically when his whole life converted. But yeah, that was his, I would say, one of his main apartments out here, since he kind of lived all over the place, kind of moved around, lived with friends and lived with girlfriends and stuff. But a lot of people just said, like, James Dean really, he didn't really have a love other than acting. There was no, like, no girlfriend who was like the love of his life, really, and there was no, like, guy who was love. I mean, it was just, you know, one of those things. This is not technically a dog park, so I think and in fact, here's the rumor that I've heard. The rumor I heard is that this land was left to this city by someone who specifically put in there they didn't want it to be a dog park. So I think that the city is trying to, they're planting trees kind of like right in the middle of everywhere where we always play. I think they're just trying to kill it from being a dog park. So we'll see. So one of the things I'm going to add to this, and it's just because I'm working there, is James Dean, when he was like 19 or 18, his dad lived in Los Angeles, had moved out to Los Angeles. So Jimmy kind of used that to move out to Los Angeles as well. And he went to Santa Monica City College, and then he transferred to UCLA. And I got to work at UCLA, so I'll put some of UCLA on here. I'm actually working a Gilmore Girls party. I don't know if it's like a preview or what it is. They're all going to be there. The whole cast is going to be there. So. But it's on UCLA campus, so I'll put that on here since it was involved with James Dean. I have to go buy a new belt today. I just put my belt on today and the leather broke in half. I don't know if that's a testament to me or to the quality of the belt. I'm gonna blame the belt on this one. He wants me to try and take it from him, but he's actually been bringing it back. Watch. Time to buy that belt. We're gonna hit this Ross over here. Dun, dun, dun. Go, got one. All right, I'm heading off to work, so we'll see what zany adventures can happen on the way there.
Chateau Marmont coming up.
Started talking in
Right up there, the big white building off to the right.
I was in the barn, happy and willing till I looked at the house and I got these feelings. Oh,
There's the Beverly Hills Hotel.
you and I.
Up to the right here is the sign to enter Bel Air. Right there, that blue one. As promised, James Dean's UCLA.
Well, I just got to UCLA and I got some fantastic news. My buddy Chuck, Chuck's like in his mid-70s. I know Chuck because when I had season tickets in Dodger Stadium, Chuck sat like 2 stands away from me. And then when I got season tickets for the Clippers, Chuck and his wife Marlene also had tickets to the Clippers. So I've known Chuck for years, and we go to Clipper games together and all this a lot. Well, he had 3 tickets for Clipper games this week that he was going to. And his wife has a rule. She only attends 2 pro sports games a week. So he had Clippers tickets that he was giving away for Saturday night against the Bulls. And he was inviting to take a friend. And he had tickets for the Rams and Dolphins game at the Coliseum on Sunday. So I put in for both of them, and he just let me know that I won the Rams tickets. So I'm going to be vlogging the Rams game from the Coliseum, my first NFL game. I've been to college games, but I've never been to an NFL game, so this ought to be awesome. And thank you, Chuck, for making this happen. So you guys have that to look forward to on Monday. That'll be our vlog. There's UCLA. We're on James Dean's campus. Some more UCLA campus. Polish festival here or something tomorrow. No, I do a daily vlog and like, really? Yeah. Today is James Dean Day and he went to college at UCLA for a short time, so I figured since I was working here I might as well put some campus. It's like the main courtyard and everything right here. That's Royce Hall. That's where they have a lot of famous concerts and stuff. Looks like a lot of people are coming and going from there. That might be our spot. Corridor, that walkway, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it said Dixon Court.
Yeah, but that was the actual.
Right, it looks like we just walked in a circle for nothing. This is actually where we're working today. Peace out, guys. Wow, they did an amazing job on this. What they actually did here is this is a party for the Gilmore Girls cast, and they made it all in the theme of things from the show. See the umbrellas hanging from the trees here? There's a little coffee station. Yeah, this is all based off the TV show. Boutique store, the bar, the candy, button emporium. I'm walking through the sculpture garden here to get over to the drama department of UCLA just to show where James Dean would have attended classes on my way out of here. And this is pretty much going to end our vlog for tonight because this is the drama department of UCLA. And then James Dean originally went to Santa Monica City College, and he was studying law to be a lawyer. Then he transferred over to here and decided to go into drama. And I'm gonna put a picture in here of Jimmy playing Malcolm from Macbeth at a production here. And we're gonna call it an end of the vlog. Vlog over, folks. 101.